So there is some pretty bad dating advice out there that we see. I've heard it my whole life. And I keep hearing them on these other channels that are telling you kind of what you want to know. But some of this advice is terrible, and it's going to seriously derail you guys if you are seriously looking at dating women, especially Eastern European women. So I made a little list yesterday of some of the worst dating advice that is given out to men, sometimes by men. We want to go through that list. My name is Stryker, by the way.
My name is Luba.
And we're the co-founders of Heart Rocket, International Matchmaking company. So, and I want to get your advice on some of this, your thoughts on some of this bad advice that we've got. Okay, so number one, we'll get straight into it. Number one, bad dating advice given to men. Just be yourself.
It's frustrating.
Well, I think that there needs to be some context around that, because this advice is basically telling you that everything is okay and you don't need to change and you don't need to improve your life. You're fine just the way that you are. Another part to this that I've written here in brackets is that that a woman will love me for me. Depends on who you are. So it comes down to self-awareness, and it comes down to looking at yourself as an individual and thinking, what can I improve? Maybe I need to lose a little bit of weight. What do you think?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I use the word frustrating because, like, when you say that to the person who is talking to us and contacting the matchmakers, he would not understand that. Okay, if I'm staying myself, why I'm single? Why can't I find, the second half? And yes, part of that also, like as Stryker say, the context is the most important there, because sometimes part of that is because you don't want to date in your own country. Mm-hmm. That's why you want to come to us and meet ladies from Eastern Europe, but the problem is that this advice is like not giving you any hope, any understanding, or any advice itself, mm-hmm. Because you have to understand that, yes, you don't have to pretend. This is what you need to understand in this advice. You don't have to pretend or lie about anything. Like if you have some, hobbies that maybe they're different than others, then you have to be honest about that. If you have some interest, if you have, you can't change yourself that much. You can try to raise some new skills, or even like when people say like, oh, the guy should have a good sense of humor, but if you don't have it, how can you have it? Like what? Yeah. You need to, before the day, just learn 3 new jokes? Yes, you can try, but it wouldn't be the key. Yeah. So be yourself is the right one in case of if you understand the full context and if you are just not pretending anything.
Yeah, it's about being your authentic self. So do not pretend to be somebody that you're not, but make sure that the person that you are is the right person, right? And we can always improve ourselves. So don't be complacent on what you have now. There's always ways to improve it. And the advice that just be yourself basically says, yeah, and a lot of guys I think accept this because it's easier to accept that than to go out and make some positive change in your life, whether it's physical or mentally or emotional, money, whatever it is. So that's bad advice, but it comes with a caveat. So number 2, and this is usually said by women because they don't want to appear to be shallow or anything like that. They go from one extreme to the other on that scale. Money is not important. Go. What do you think?
It is a bad advice. I would advise, like to my clients, I would say that not only money important, because mm-hmm. like if you don't have anything else, if you only try to buy this person, or you try to, like, you don't have any other skills, then money is not important at all. Yeah. Because it's not going to help you.
You can't be boring. You have to have some sort of excitement in your life. You have to be interesting. You have to be
curious
charismatic.
About life, charismatic. You have to have some desires and goals. And if you don't have money, then like it's also like it depends. Like if you broke, if you have like everything in debt, it's one thing. But if you have average life, you're middle class, that is fine. The ladies are not, especially like from all couples that we created like in the last year, I can say that there was like no millionaires or something. It was just very good human beings, like men and women, who match and they are together. Somebody has more money, somebody has less, but that is not what the ladies or the guys are looking for to build a strong relationship.
Well, I think that there is a misconception about females wanting to be with men because of money. It's not really money, right? They really don't care about actual money, dollar bills, what's in the bank account. They care about what it's going to provide. So it has to provide security for her. Otherwise, what's the point of being with the man? For good times, for good feelings? No, so money has to be an important part of building a relationship in the sense that he can be a provider and he can provide security for her and for her family. This is evolutionary. This is nothing new. This is not some social construct. This is not because of TikTok. This is the way that it is. Money is not important. It is important in order to provide a good, healthy, sound, safe life. Now, number 3.
Go first.
She's only after money.
You need to stress it a little bit more because
She's only after money.
Oh my God. Exactly. No, I think, yeah, right? Like you agree, because like some guys thinking that the girl she's only after money, and this is like advice that you need to make. Like I actually heard like some of the YouTubers who like I don't know, maybe it's like the clients that they're trying to attract, but they talking to these guys who making like this number of figures, and they like they're only looking for money. So if you don't have money, don't even bother like contacting us. Like it's bullshit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, all Ukrainian women are only after money. Well, they're after security and they want to be provided for. Like any woman in the world, okay? It's just that in certain countries, it's more of a need because there's no government that's going to back them up. But to say that all women, if that's generic dating advice that could be given to men, is that all women are only after money, which means that you can be boring as hell. You could have no personality. You don't need to be charming. There's no other skills that you need to have in order to attract a woman, not just attract her, but keep her interested for however long, maybe for the rest of your life. You have to create this excitement there. If all you needed was money, my argument to that is if people are complaining, all women want money, and it's like, well, surely the really, really hot ones, they want men with the most amount of money, right? That's fair to say that. So even the ones that are like, say, number 2s and number 3s, they obviously just want a little bit of money, right? And surely you can achieve that. Surely you have some money. Because if you can't even achieve that, then really what good are you as a man in a relationship to provide and protect for a woman? Zero. So instead of complaining about all it is that they're after money, yes, they're after some money, but you have to have money. If you don't have money, go and get money, and then we'll see how your life changes. And get a ton of money and see how it changes. If you're boring and uninteresting, your life's probably going to be the same. You just have a lot of money. So,
bad advice.
Yeah, it's bad advice. She's only after money. They're after so much more than money to keep her interested. Otherwise, she's going to jump and she'll go somewhere else.
Can I tell the number 4 bad advice?
Yes.
Because probably my favorite one.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, no, just be confident. And I know, to be honest, that we also probably made this mistake, and we also said that in some of the videos. I feel that we said it before.
I've never said just be confident.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I did. But like I understand now when we talk to the guys, because like we have more and more calls, and like our experience with talking to different people in different like circumstances, different countries, different ages, I understand now more that it's very easy to say just be confident, right? Like
I hated it when people said it.
Just be confident. So how? Like if I don't teach me how to do it, give me some advices, give me some tips. You can't just throw that in me like some YouTubers say just be confident. If you don't confident, don't contact us. It's wrong. It's such a
It's a horrible thing. I used to hear it I used to be very, very unconfident, especially when it came to women. But other things in life, I was perfectly fine. And the reason that I was confident in other things is because I'd spent time doing those things. I had experience, and not only did I spend time with experience doing those things, I ended up with a satisfactory result. So I could go, I'm happy with that result. If I did the same thing over and over again and I sucked and everything was a failure, say if every business that I ever started was a complete and utter failure, I would not be confident in going into business. But because I've had successes in that area, I'm happy to just continue doing other business ideas, I suppose, if you want to look at that example. But when it comes to being confident with women, it comes with experience. It comes with having good experiences with a satisfactory outcome. Even if you went out and you dated 100 women, right? You did a mission. You said, I'm going to date 100 women over a space of 3 or 4 years, and every single
Good
one.
mission.
Every single one of the. Or let's say if you were cold approaching on the street, you cold approached 100 women, and they all told you to get lost, and they all said, "No, I'm not interested." That doesn't make you confident at all. In fact, that makes you completely unconfident, because there are 100 women out there that have rejected you from society, that have said, we do not want to have children with you, get away from us, we're not interested in you. So confidence comes from experience, but doing the right things over a period of time and having a result that is satisfactory. It doesn't have to be the best result, but satisfactory. But when that result becomes a a more desired result, that's when you get higher confidence. So just telling people to just be confident,
it doesn't give
I
any
hate
it
that
is not
advice.
it's not a professional advice, I would say, because
Yeah.
we see that with some of the guys we need to spend more time, with some of the guys we need to spend less time, according to advising them and building this confidence. And usually this happening because not because he was dating 100 girls on the street and like it was not successful, just because either the guy was like, usually our clients is either the guy who was married for 20 years and so the dating like 20 years ago and now like it's a completely two different stories, or the guy haven't been married and he just like he's a younger guy and so he, you know, especially in last couple of years, you know, with the COVID and everything, so people didn't really have chance to practice, and so that's why we need to give them a little tutorial according not just like to real ones, but we need to discuss it and we need to say maybe like pointed mistakes that other people do to keep away these guys. So it is not that difficult, to be honest, like to build this confidence if you are doing the right steps, but just to say that just be confident and you are like lost in a forest thinking, okay,
Well,
confidence,
what they're saying is that you should act confident, which I think is wrong. Again, it's like it's not who your authentic self is. You have to act confident. You've got to fake it until you make it. And I've never liked this saying as well. I might put it on the list. But you if you're unconfident, people can see through it. You can't act confident. If you act confident, you should actually be you should technically be confident, right? You should be confident enough to act confident. Anyway, I think you guys get the picture on that one, eh? Okay, next one is terrible advice. It's been around for years and years and years, and you've all heard it. And I hope that none of you actually believe it. And that is happy wife, happy life. But we all know that that is not true. Not only is it not true, it's impossible to achieve. Because you shouldn't, it's true, you shouldn't have, depending on how you look at it. So you shouldn't be striving to make sure that your wife is happy 100% of the time.
Sacrificing. I think that...
It's your own sacrifice, yeah. It's your own, even at your own demise as a man.
There's nothing bad if she's happy, but not if you sacrifice, right?
Well, I think that she needs to be happy in the macro, maybe not in the micro. Does that make sense? So there's going to be times when she's unhappy, and that's fine, okay? Because that's not your objective in life, is to make her happy all of the time. Your job in life is to get shit done. It's to do stuff. It's to make money and provide for the family. She is going to be unhappy many times, and maybe many of those times it's just a shit test, right? She's just seeing how far she can push you. But if you're if you believe this, all I got to do is, if she's happy, I'll have a happy life. You will fail miserably. And I think I'd say there's a good majority of men, especially in the West, who've been through divorce, who thought to themselves afterwards, I just thought that, you know, if I made her happy, I would be happy. And I thought this, and I went through that terrible system myself, and that's what I thought. And it is completely, totally and utterly wrong.
I believe that everybody should keep themselves positive and like try to find what makes them happy. And if your family, you do it together, but you definitely need to have little parts of life where you do it separately. For example, he like hunting, she like swimming, or like something. So they need to have something and be positive and happy. You really like, over the years of experience, I understand that you can't make another person happy. You can get her flowers, you can buy her perfume, you can get her new shoes, you can clean a house, but like if she's miserable and unhappy person, there's really not really much what you can do. So in this case, I think that the best advice would be like to keep yourself happy as well, because Stryker's philosophy when I joined his channel was that, you know, you should be, you know, he's a big fan of frames, not that he has a lot of frames for pictures, but like different frames. I mean, he's like that the guy should keep the girl in his frame, and this is the very important thing. So when I came to his channel, his goal was like that the man is going through his life happy, positive, making money, taking care of his health, you know, dressing up nice, whatever he wants, travel, and then the lady will join. So like the lady will join this path and they will go together, not that the guy will jump around and try to, you know, get into her frame. So this is very important, and to try to make somebody happy, it's a good thing. I don't think that there is nothing bad. If you love your person, if you love your wife and you want her to be happy and you want to help her, you want to take her somewhere, that is right. But like not only that is making the family happy, like not only her is important, don't forget about yourself as well. This is an advice that, you know, should be fulfilled with that.
Well, I mean, I don't know who came up with this. It was obviously a woman that came up with this, happy wife, happy life. Like that's definitely. But if we switched it around and we said happy man or happy husband, happy life, that would sum up a lot better, because men are very easy to keep happy, right? We've got stuff to do. All we need is to food, sex, keep the place clean, give us some attention, make us feel as though that, that we're important, that we're a leader in that family. Most men are going to be completely happy with that. Most men will be like, this is great. I come home and she's made me some food, and I know that she's been busy today, but she took that time out because she knows that I'm busy and I'm making money and I'm making sure that we can live in this house and all that sort of stuff. He can come home, sit on the couch and not have wah in his ear, and he can watch the football or something. That's what most men want. We're pretty simple. By saying happy wife, it's like, just take what I just said then and times it by 155,000. That's how.
Guys, while you're calculating
but I'm serious. There are so much more things that a woman needs in order to be surface level happy. Surface level happy. So that's why I say in the micro, you're running around doing all these stupid things. You buy the flowers, they're the wrong flowers. It's the wrong day, you forgot those. But in the macro, what it should be is that you've created a stable place, a safe place for her and for you to live. That's what you should be focused on. But this happy wife thing, if you're constantly monitoring her mood every day, every moment of every hour, oh my God, you need to get a pretty robust scheduling system to keep track of that.
I think that for today is enough.
That's it.
The guys need to a little bit absorb it.
Absorb it.
But we will get back because we have some more for you.
Yeah, these are just
advice.
These are just things like just be very careful of cliched shit that you hear, especially in things like, I call it like Cleo Magazine dating. Some of these matchmakers out there, like all around the world. I saw one, like one of the biggest ones in London, and I was reading their write up about what they do. And you could tell it was written by women. Absolutely garbage advice. And these guys are charging like tens of thousands of euros. Garbage advice. Then you scroll to the page of all the staff that are on there. There's like 9 women that work there, psychologists, dating coaches, dating experts, all encouraging stuff like happy wife, happy life to these men. And I feel sorry for these men, and it's disgusting, and they should really stop that.
But I think that, our superpower, even I'm a woman here, and over the years, I got to understand guys much more. And for me, when I hear these advices from women, I do, even though maybe it's not nice to my ears, but I sympathize with Stryker because I agree. Their advices are very it's only about women. It's only the guy has no word. He has no place to say anything. He has almost he should be happy just because she is there. And this is completely wrong. Our goal is to make sure that, the guy is happy, the lady is happy, they're happy together. If they're not happy together, they should be happy with somebody else, and they shouldn't be together.
So that's pretty much it. Those are some dating advices that if you hear them, question them. That's all this video is. Question some of these things. I know they're easy to listen to. I know they sound nice. They feel warm and comfortable, but they will put you in the pile, the loser pile, I call it, which is the guys that don't want to understand the truth, just happy to listen to some of the bad advice that's out there. And they're always going to be seen, not by us as losers, but by as women as losers when it comes to a relationship and being a man and being able to provide. So, there's some advice for today. We'll see you guys next time.
And we're going to have a Zoom party pretty soon. The Stryker will put the link below in the description to know what it is. I'm not going to spend time on this video, but Zoom party is something that you want maybe to try and see how it is to talk to Eastern European women.
We'll see you later.
Bye.